Welcome back to Shaw Learning. What is the ideal way to store things in a cupboard? Do you dump everything together inside? No. You keep your shoes in the footwear section, t-shirts in the clothes section, and so on. Inside your cupboard, you organize dissimilar things in the different compartments. Think of the student's brain as the cupboard, where the cupboard acts as the mind and the compartments are how students organize knowledge. As they take in new information, they connect it to other things they know priorly and they organize it in the same compartment of their brain.
If a teacher pushes information without any structure to it, the students might not be able to connect the information. They might quickly forget what has been taught or struggle to use what they have learned. So what must a teacher do? A teacher must imbibe creative teaching strategies to stimulate imaginative thinking capabilities in her students. So what is creative teaching technique? Creative teaching technique is an approach where your limitations become your possibilities. It is a means of empowerment for your students. It is an interaction of many intellectual concepts such as imagination, analytical thinking, reasoning, participation, and reflection. With all this combined, students prepare themselves for an emerging world.
Creative teaching focuses on two aspects. The first, the method a teacher uses to deliver her learning, and second, the overall effect those methods have on the students.
So why must one use creative teaching techniques? Creative activities are especially good for motivation. When children can create something that is important to them, they are most likely to work hard and take control of their own learning.
Let's see some other areas that are enhanced by creative teaching strategies. First, it improves focus and retention. The average attention and concentration span of younger students is less than a minute. The conventional teaching methods would be least interesting for such students and they might lose focus in the midway.
Including creative teaching strategies such as storytelling, skits are sure to improve their focus and the study time would be more and more productive.
Second, freedom to express. Unlike the conventional teaching method, the creative classroom gives them the opportunity to express themselves.
Whether it is a debate or classroom discussion, students have the chance to come out of their shelf and become a part of these group discussions. This freedom of expression gives them a sense of goodness and happiness.
And third, it enhances thinking capability. Creativity can stimulate imaginative thinking capabilities in students.
That is why teachers promote activities such as open-ended questions, creative team-building activities, brainstorming sessions, and debates during their busy curriculum schedules. Some teachers tactfully use these techniques to teach tough lessons to make children learn with fun and ease.
Let's check out some creative teaching strategies that you can use in your classroom. Number 1. Encourage hands-on learning. Study has found out that the students who went through active learning saw much higher test scores and improvement rates than those who did not went through active learning. Hands-on experience gives students the opportunity to learn through trial and error.
Be it any topic. If you want to teach velocity, ask students to build paper airplanes and use calculations to predict their speed. Conduct a role play in history class. Ask them to share their experience of visiting a region in the geography class.
Second strategy is team building exercises. The most important thing about team building exercises is that there is no right or wrong answer, just the strategies that allow teams to thrive and think together.
Cooperative games allow students to work together to make decisions based on creative thinking, communication, and collaboration. Throughout the process, students build better relationship with each other as they struggle, deal with failure, and eventually work to master the problem presented.
To learn a new group activity based teaching technique, check out our video on how to boost your students' comprehension. Third is bringing humor in your classroom. A day without laughter is a day wasted. But can laughter and humor be really brought in your classroom? Absolutely. Just remember that sarcasm has no place in the school. Only no hurt humor is acceptable. Jokes and riddles promote non-conventional thinking as they encourage multiple acceptable responses. Humor has another set of numerous positive effects, such as it increases enthusiasm in students, it brings in confidence, it also encourages optimism, happiness, and it reduces stress. If a student says, Teacher, can I ask a question?" To this you can reply, "Shreya, that itself is a question." You might say that I'm not good at humor, I'm not good at cracking jokes. Well, you don't have to necessarily be good at cracking jokes. You can start with your class with a funny way to greet each other once a week. Or you can decide a day when one student tells a joke to the entire class. Let's call it Fun Friday. Gradually, you can encourage the students to find and share jokes related to the content that you are teaching them, and eventually they can create their own jokes. Next strategy is unconventional learning material. Standing in front of a board is not the only way to deliver a lesson. For everything, we have our very own Google. In this era of internet and social media, teaching visual communication is an important type of literacy. There is so much free content available online.
You can download worksheets for your lesson, display video for younger students, and TED Talks for older students by bringing some of the world's most inspiring leaders right into your classroom.
Fifth strategy is use design thinking.
Try incorporating design thinking into any project or exercise. Design thinking means using logic, imagination, intuition, and systematic reasoning to explore possibilities of what could be and to create desired outcomes. The 5 phases of the design process are: first, discovery. I have a challenge. How do I approach it? Second, interpretation. I learned something. How do I interpret it? Third, ideation. I see an opportunity. What do I create? Fourth, experimentation. I have an idea. How do I build it? And fifth, evolution. I tried something. How do I evolve it? Some useful points of reflection after the exercise might be to ask students where the biggest challenges or difficulties were and at what point they achieved the most success. Encouraging students to think critically about their work and how to solve problems enhances their creative thinking abilities, making them ready to understand and solve more complex problems later in life.
Last strategy is look for ideas everywhere. Amazing ideas come from anywhere at any time. Connect with your fellow teachers and see what they are doing to teach the topic in their class. For more such creative teaching ideas, check out our playlist Fun Game Activities for Teaching. Hope you liked our video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.